All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for staying tuned in with us, guys. I know it was quite a long wait, but I'm hoping you are ready for event number 12, the streamer event. It is a normal Izaro kill, and commentating this race is CuteDog and DonTheCrown. How's it going, guys?
Hey guys, lifting nerd bro here.
Oh,
with another race commentary.
That is
and softcore viable lifting,
hardcore and softcore viable. And as always, do you even race, bro?
It looks like I've been bamboozled here. It looks like lifting is actually commentating for us today. We'll have to keep that in mind as the race continues. Alright, I'll let the commentators, lifting and DonTheCrown, introduce the players. Go ahead, guys.
Alright, lifting, will you take it away for the first two?
Sure. So the first player that we have is Blastingcap. Now, he is a spectacular standard player known for pushing endgame content. He is fresh out of the friend zone, and he is hot and ready, my friends, to take this race. Now, he doesn't have a lot of racing experience, but he is loved by the people, and I think he will be doing very, very well. And also, he just survived the hurricane, so props to him.
For him.
Yep. And also, he has an amazing intro scene on his stream that I might be stealing pretty soon. The next character is Moasie. Now, Moasie is a Canadian. You can see he's drinking something there. He's got what's that Canadian thing where they get their coffee? Horton Hears a Who. He went there. He got his coffee. He is caffeinated. He is ready to go. Like, that caffeine has run through his veins. He's gonna be so fast. He's got MDT Mountain Daylight Time for some reason going on here. He's not even tabbed into the game. My goodness, it's such disrespect. But that's Moasie for you. He's a nice guy, always going on blind dates. That's about all I know about him, and I'm excited to watch him race.
What do you think about Moasie's choice of attire for this race? Do you think that wearing a tie is going to give him some sort of advantage, CuteDog?
You know, my college professors always used to tell me, dress well to test well. And I think that's what he's going for right now. Also, he was recently partnered, so congratulations to him. Even in his little thumbnail, he's got the tie on. Look at him. Just a waspy white male ready to go.
Well, that's good. We'll see if that tie does work out for him. In the bottom left-hand corner, we're going to have Empyrian, and he is well known for coming from Diablo 3 and getting the Path of Exile bug and not being able to shake it. He is wearing a hoodie, kind of taking the opposite approach from Mr. Moasie in the top right. So we'll see if the hoodie can outdo the tie today. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, we have EngineringEternity. He is well known for his new guides, and he looks like just wearing a t-shirt. And this should be a really interesting race to see what these different choices of garments do for each one of these racers.
Definitely. I mean, I see one thing to note is that we got 2.5 minutes left, and I've gotten some insider information, and Blastingcap and Moasie said before the race that they were going to both be drunk AF before the race. I don't know what AF means because I run a wholesome Christian stream, but
yeah, I hear that.
They are going to be drunk as shit. And I have also cracked open a juicy watermelon beer. I'm feeling it. My face is flushed. And another thing to note, the guy in the bottom right, he looks like Keanu Reeves. He looks exactly like John Wick. It is insane. Look at the resemblance.
I kind of see that as well. It almost, though, does look like he's in like a barber's seat or something, just based off the angle. Is he potentially going to get his haircut during this race? What do you think?
You know, it's tough because who has the best hair here? It's obvious. Well, we don't know what Blastingcap looks like.
Is he hiding the best hair? Is that what's going on? Is it potentially like he's holding something back? He might flip on the camera in the middle of the race.
He's just too handsome. He doesn't want to dazzle us with his beauty. But Moasie doesn't have that much. He doesn't have the long locks like Empy and Engineering. But what we can see is that both of them have long, luscious, juicy manes. Now Empy is a little bit of a how do I explain Empy? Let's just say he gets his fake ID gets denied in the club many times. He just turned 18, so he cannot join in on the boozing action that we are joining in on. But hopefully that'll give him an advantage. I think we should go over the times, okay? The previous times, first and second run from Engineering were at about 155 and 135. Empyrian Gaming has been doing 2 hours, and he hates leveling. And then Moasie, I don't know if he finished a practice run. Maybe chat can let me know, but I didn't get times from him. And Blastingcap let me know that he got 145 on his practice run, right? So 145 is pretty good. 135 is incredible for a second run. Moasie, he's completely winging it. He's got his Horton Here's a Who coffee, and Empy is laughing. He's put on sunglasses. He doesn't give a shit. He's full of PMA, which is positive mental attitude. Let's see if it's enough to carry them through this race.
Well, I did notice that before the race that Moasie was at least going over the film, seeing what other racers had done before. Empyrian, on the other hand, he was clearing maps until about 2 minutes before the stream. So
he's really likes his mapping builds, and they are off. They're off. We have a little misclick action from Moasie. His reflexes are a little bit slow. He has to do 2 or 3 clicks to get his skill gem, and we have all 4 duelists. What do you think about that?
I think that maybe 1 or 2 of these might be a mule, but we did see some great duelist action coming out of Zizarin before in this race, so it's a possibility that that's what they're going for right now.
I think we're going to see some onslaught muling over to some marauders pretty soon. I think that's going to be a solid strategy. We see some MTX. Moasie has the 2 black cats, so that I don't know. I know that 1 black cat's pretty bad luck, and then we have EngineringEternity with the purple action. He's got the purple monkey and the purple scorpion, really showing off the money bags that he's got from making all those YouTube videos and getting that YouTube ad revenue. And Hillock is down for both the guys on the right. On the left, Blastingcap has just killed Hillock, and Empy is last place. Does he even have the double strike equipped? He's taking so long. He almost died to Hillock. Almost got Project PT'd.
Yeah, that would definitely be very unfortunate. I don't know if I saw all the proper types of logging out that you see. Empyrian is walking all the way from the door to the vendors. We'll see if he can get his stuff up to snuff. He's really just seems to be taking his time, taking it easy. Who knows here? Maybe we can see some movement speed boots for him. That might help him out.
He is on vacation. So we see, I thought that was a pair of Wanderlust on Empy, but they're just white boots. But he's selling them for some reason. A lot of vendoring. And we have EngineringEternity out in the front. He seems to not be going for a mule unless it might be for a decoy totem. But he's got the double Oriath weapon effects. And now you see what we were talking about before, a Marauder with Blastingcap. He has done the mule, and he's going back to town, killing Hillock for a second time, getting that double Project PT action. Possibly an Empy. He can't find his character. He's scrolling. He goes, I have too many level 100s. Which one is it? Did he even click on the right one? We'll see in a second.
He might not even be in the right league. Maybe he's trying to pull something fast over us. He's going to have all sorts of stuff in the bank ready to use. This could be something we have to look into after the race to make sure he doesn't have a headhunter waiting for him at level 40. Though, that might not help him because that race might be done by the time he gets to that level.
I think maybe mid to high 20s, the race will be over. Moasie has like the worst timer at all, not even using Wsplit. Empy has some kind of random jank timer at the bottom. I think the Wsplit gives a big advantage. It's much easier to see, much clearer. So we'll see how the timer MTX affects the players here. We have EngineringEternity hitting the waypoint. He's going for the tidal island action. Blastingcap, what is he doing? He's logging out again. Okay, so he's just gotten to Line Eyes Watch. Empy is still killing Hillock. My goodness, 250 Hillock kill. Can we get some claps in chat for that? That is pretty good. But he's looking solid, a smile on his face. He's keeping up the PMA. Let's take a look at the bottom right here, Don. What do you expect from Hailrake and EngineringEternity? He's so far ahead.
It looks like he's gone the wrong direction in the tidal island, so I'm not sure if he's going to turn around and go back around the island here, or if he's going to decide to go the long way. But Hailrake could give him some trouble. He's known to kill some people. You definitely don't want to get Rise QT'd here. And that would be a very difficult time for him.
Yeah, personally, I've died to Hailrake in my last a couple of races ago. I mean, Hailrake, more like Hail Rape, am I right? He destroys racers across the board. Wait a minute, is he not able to find him? Oh no, there he is. It was just he went the wrong way. He goes down to about 20-30% HP from Hail Rape, and it is crazy. It is so much damage coming out. I don't know if the cleave is enough to do it.
Well, technically, he really shouldn't be cleaving him. He should be walking into the middle of the boat here, but he just seems to be trying to clear up as much experience as possible, and we'll see how that works for him. But Moasie finally gave out his experience point. He had a skill point that he had been using for a long time, and it looks like he's at Hailrake now, too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at Moasie. He's using Magma Orb, it looks like, or Molten Strike, is it? Yeah, Molten Strike. And he is what do you think about that choice? Do you think Cleave into the Sun is a little bit of a time saver or what?
He definitely should be using Cleave if he wants to be going fast, but Molten Strike is definitely a good option for single target. It'll be interesting to see if he picks it up here as he goes back to town to get his Quicksilver.
Definitely. And we see Engineering, he's so far ahead. Even his follower notification is this person is trying to keep up. He's really in the racing mindset, which I think is so important. A positive mental attitude. Like, he adjusts his hair. He says, I'm beautiful. So is my duelist. I'm so far ahead. No one can catch me. I mean, look at this Quicksilver Flask action. I just don't see him losing at this point. He's too good. He's got the layouts. I watched his actual layout video on YouTube, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see though. If sometimes finding that third little shell can be very difficult in this zone. Ever since they changed the minimap, people are just getting lost left and right. I've seen people having to clear the whole zone. So we'll see if he really does know the layout as well as he claims.
He actually found an iron ring. Unbelievable streamer RNG. That's going to be so much damages. We have someone top. We have Blastingcap getting booty blasted by the Harbinger. Look at those flame dashes. It's like 1 million unit range flame dashes. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill Hail Rake like this with all the flame dashes going on. He has to constantly reposition and use that. And he's using Molten Strike as well. No cleaves in sight for these guys. Very strange. Maybe they had some kind of agreement off stream to not use cleave and sunder, and Engineering Eternity is just going against the rules. He's a little bit of a bad boy, a little bit of a John Wick. And we have Empy. He just hits the waypoint. Oh my goodness. It's a little bit slow, but he's going to go for his Quicksilver Flask. Hopefully that'll speed things up a tiny bit, but he looks happy, and he definitely doesn't know that he's a little bit behind, so shouldn't affect him too much.
Yeah, but in the meanwhile, we have Engineering Eternity. He is working his way towards the ledge. He is already past the waypoint. He looks like he picked up a weapon upgrade already, and he's just cleaving his way through the competition. And it's going to be really hard for these guys to catch up. Hopefully, they can find a second sort of a Quicksilver Flask or something to really help them catch up to Engineering, because he is just tearing through. It looks like he's found the proper way to go too, even though Haku tried to bamboozle him there.
Look at that. He goes across the bridge, and for a second there, I thought that Empyrian Gaming was in the ledge. I thought that he had pulled out of first place, but then I woke up and I realized that he was in the tidal island about to fight Hail Rake, and he levels up. That should help him a little bit. He's got full flash charges. Let's see, Moasie also in the passage there, and we have Blastingcap. He's picking up the glyphs. So right now it basically goes Engineering, Moasie, Blastingcap, Empy.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. Although Empyrian did just log out, and so he'll be getting his Quicksilver, I believe, here very soon. And he goes to Tarkley. He's selling his items over there. He might keep this weapon. He might identify it. We'll see what's going to happen here.
I'm very excited to see that Engineering and Moasie have both stuck to the duelist, so no onslaught mules there. Empy picking up the Quicksilver Flask, has some issues equipping it, but he's totally fine. He's ready. He's moving around the mana flask in his inventory. What's he searching for? Maybe some Iron Ring action. We have Blastingcap going through the... Ooh, he's a little bit pooch poor. He's not a happy merchant right now. And we have Blastingcap cleaving his way, so it's nice to see that he's using cleave now. But Engineering, oh man, he's getting so far ahead. Now Moasie does have a chance of catching him. Maybe Moasie can get some good RNG, get some move speed boots. Yeah, what do you think about that skill point placement? Yeah, what do you think is the right way to go?
Oh yeah, he just placed it into attack speed. I personally like attack speed. Attack speed will kill things faster, and if they get lucky with gear, they don't necessarily need as much life in the skill tree, and so this might be a telling difference. Right now, I see the Engineering Eternity has a couple of skill points, or maybe he just assigned them, and yeah.
Something. Look at that. He runs past the Haku like a pro. Some noobs would take that quest, get a little bit XP in the Haku zone. I've done it before. I cannot lie. But he's going. He's hot on Engineering Eternity's tail. Now let's take a look at the bottom left. The most exciting, the player to watch. If you look at the poll from Havoc Stream, #1, people thought that Empyrian Gaming were going to win. He's the underdog, and he is the crowd favorite. He's killing every mob in sight. He says more than 50 monsters remaining. That's not okay. I need to get to 0 monsters remaining in every single zone. And here he goes for his second glyph. Now we have Blastingcap. He's taking a little bit of damage. There's a lot of mobs around, but he's cleaving his way. He's getting some XPs. He's getting some levels that could help him out later. Now we do have to remember that it was a couple minutes for the mule for both the left-sided players. So it is reasonable that they would not be at the ledge.
Yeah, Blastingcap is definitely on a very good pace right now. He is actually in the ledge on his second character, which means he's actually caught up quite a bit of ground.
He is doing pretty well. We're at 9 minutes in now. Empy, he's just joined the submerged passage. You know, he's got, let's see what he's got. He's no movement speed boots. His marauders are really slow, but we can't count him out. I love how all three of these people are on the ledge. Let's see how they clear. Is there any rules to when you should stop and attack the mobs, Don? Is there, or is it just whenever you feel like you need the XPs?
Normally, I don't try to hit anything more than like 4 or 5 in the same kind of space. If you kind of take a little bit of a stutter step, you can kind of step around and not take too much damage as a melee character. And that's something I learned from Hellman, just kind of watching how he moves through. But it looks like Blastingcap just picked up a transmute orb, which will be massive for him because he won't have to, grab all the magical items as much. And he does have 2 iron rings, which definitely puts him at advantage over Moasie, who has 0 iron rings right now.
Jeez, 2 iron rings. That is a high IQ move. It looks like high IQ is engineering's religion, and Ragequit is his god. And he is making his way through the climb. Moasie is also in the climb. They are very, very close. These the 2 players on the right side are neck and neck. And then we have Empy. He's just made his way across the bridge. Man, like somebody called Ghostbusters because the spirit of Project PT has taken over Empyrian's body, and he's doing dirty, dirty things to it. Back on the climb, we have some scary wheelbarrow skeletons. Those things do a lot of damage, but it looks like none of them are getting too close to dying from it. And ooh, look at this MTX that Engineering has. He's got the skull belt. He's got the pseudo skull belt going on.
I think that's going to protect him from these skeletons. That he's kind of got these skeletons floating around him. They might get confused, think that he's part of their team or something.
I definitely know that when you skin a headhunter over a headhunter, or even the skin of a headhunter over a regular belt, you do feel better about your character and you do play better. So a lot of this game in racing is mental. Now, we do have to add in the fact that these are all streamers. They have to stream to participate in the race. So the chat is probably feeding them a lot of information. So Engineering not only has the good MTX giving him a positive mental attitude, but he has his chat saying, "You are so far ahead. Don't worry about this, baby girl. You are going to be #1. And then Empy, what happened there? Did Empy just die? Did we just get a death from Empy?
I did not see if Empyrian died. Chat maybe can confirm if he did, but it looks like EngineringEternity is into the dungeon.
It looks like he reset the zone. He was further in there. His minimap. Wait, actually, it's not explored. Did he reset the zone?
Oh, he's surrounded right now, though. He might go down. 3. There he is. Empyrian confirmed dead.
I feel so bad for the underdog, but hey, look, he's got an acceleration shrine. He's very, very speedy right now. He has exorcised Project PT spirit from his body through his anus, and now he is making his way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and he's homebound. And now we have top left Blastingcap making his way to the prison. Engineering doing some window shopping, getting his axes ready. He might be preparing a rustic sash recipe.
Yeah, that would be probably a very good play from him, although I don't think he has any good weapons to use that on just yet. Maybe he'll just choose to use one of his transmutes on that. Looks like he is purchasing a lot of stuff, though. He, it might be a little too slow. He might have lost a lot of time there because I know some of these racers are really close behind. But looks like Empyrian's very confused about what he should be buying. He purchases, he's thinking about purchasing a low-level axe. And I'm not sure that's going to be a good choice for him.
Havoc has just told me that I am 5 seconds ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh my multi-twitch if that's okay with you. You take over for a second, and we'll do the stats right here. We did a poll results. It was who will win. Empyrian Gaming had 48% of the vote, 96 votes. EngineringEternity had 26% at 52 votes, and then Blastingcap had 16.5% with 33 votes, and Moasie coming in dead last with 9.5% of the popular vote. At 19 votes.
Yeah, that's very surprising. Empyrian kind of bringing up the back right now, and maybe it has to do with the fact that he's more comfortable doing the end game than leveling process. As you said before, he really does not enjoy leveling. But right now, I think I'm most impressed with Blastingcap. He did mule himself an Onslaught gem, so he has made up quite a bit of time. It looks like both Engineering and Moasie have decided to do the trial because they both found it on their way there. And Engineering, I do see on his screen that there is an Essence coming up, so we might get to see an Essence fight. This might be Rippy. He looks like he runs away from it. He's not having any of that today, and he's into the upper prison already. Empyrian still on the ledge.
We do see that engineering has it completed. Moasie is about to touch that plaque, and he has it completed as well. You know, those spooky spike traps, probably my least favorite traps to deal with, especially if they aren't on the set timer. Now, we also have in the top left Blastingcap. He's going through the trial, so he's not far behind. And once again, it's always important to keep in mind that he is a mule, so he is a couple minutes behind, and he's making up time very quickly. Now,
we do have a new poll with new results that just came in, and this poll was who is the most attractive? And coming in first, no surprise, Engineering Eternity with 55.7% of the vote. That's kind of stunning. 44 votes total, followed up by Empyrian, Moasie, and then Blastingcap. Since he is not showing his face, somehow still got 8 votes though. So maybe these 8 people can tell us something that we don't know. Maybe they have some sort of insider information. This, probably should be looked into. Havoc, if you could find out who those 8 people are, we'd greatly appreciate it. We need to talk to them, maybe interview them after the race to find out what they know.
I have to say that is quite a toxic poll, Mr. Havoc. I mean, let's judge these racers on their racing beauty and not their physical beauty.
Well, speaking of beauty, there's 2 beautiful things I see right now, and that is Blastingcap and Moasie's boots. Both of them have 10% move speed. This will definitely massively help them out.
My goodness. Do you like math? As an Asian, let me give you some math. You could multiply Empyrian's movement speed by 1 billion, and he still would not have as much movement speed as Moasie and Blastingcap. Or
is
as
that because of the
Eternity.
MTX? Because I don't see any MTX at all on Empyrian. He looks like a new player. He looks like he hasn't purchased anything at all. So that's very different than Engineering Eternity, who obviously has the big skeletons flying around him, has the weapon effects. He's thought of everything.
He's got the big boy YouTube. He's got the big boy monies to buy those MTX. Now, I'm not saying I gambled 100 pay-to-win boxes from Gigi to get the Ultimate Chaos Armor set, but maybe that's what he did as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. And 100, that's little boy numbers. You got to up that number up big time. And looks like we have Moasie like totally lost in the upper prison right now. He had a big head start, but he is kind of lost because Engineering Eternity is in the boss room now, or he's getting there.
Now you have to remember, Moasie plays hardcore, so maybe if there's a 1-minute death penalty for chat, if anybody doesn't know, when you die, we add a minute to the clock. So since Moasie is probably the most experienced hardcore player, he maybe will be able to win this one if the others die and he plays it safe, especially on Izaro if they have to reset the lab.
All right, looks like Engineering is going to be coming up here on the big screen to go up against Brutus. What do you think, CuteDog? Is he going to die? Is he going to use the corner strategy for this? Is the totem really going to help him out here?
Look at his MTX. He's got the Cenarius horns on. He's channeling his inner WoW player, and he is about to go booty blast Brutus. That is a lot of damage from those orbs, and he's dodging all the little spiky traps. He is going down health. He has 2 medium flats and a large flats. There's no way he doesn't. He's not able to face tank this. And down Brutus is going. Let's see what kind of items he gets. Oh, he can't even pick up his items. Inventory management, my friend. And look, he's dropping white items like it's his job, and he's gonna pick up those 2 rares and he's probably gonna log out here and then go to the next zone.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to be talking to the vendors here, going to be selling up a bunch of stuff. He did not come out of that with as much gear as I thought he was going to, but he does have a yellow axe. Maybe that will help him out. He can't equip it yet. He's thinking about it, considering
He definitely wants to. He definitely wants to. He IDs the chest. He's going to equip the chest. It looks like he dragged it into his chest slot. What do you think that was about? Do you think it's worth at this point to lose some move speed? Do you think he thinks, hey, I have move speed boots. It's okay to lose a few percentages on the chest?
I'm not sure that he does have move speed boots, but I think that, as a duelist, you do kind of get that ignore the chest penalty very early on. So maybe he's picked that up so far. I have not confirmed that, but that is a possibility.
We have Empy, and he's going to hit the plaque now. Now, he does have all 6 trials completed because he has other characters in this league, so he's going to have to be very mindful, right? Very, very mindful of which labs have I completed and which ones have I not.
Yeah, it's definitely. We wouldn't want him to accidentally forget to complete any of those different trials, because that would give him a big leg up. Looks like Moasie is potentially like looting or just getting lost on his way to Brutus. Doesn't know to follow the blood trail, and looks like on the big screen right now we have both Moasie and Blastingcap. They're both in the arena going after Brutus. Moasie trying to say, Brutus, come over the corner, man. Come on, it's nice. I've got a totem.
Here he comes. We got 2 Brutus fights. It looks like Moasie knows what he's doing. Look at that. He avoids the ground slam so expertly. And I mean, they're going pretty fast. Now, obviously, Engineering is the race car. I was able to interview him before the show. I was like, how do you feel about this? And he didn't even say any words. All he did was this. He went boom, 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 and then that's all he said. And then he started his stream. Now, Moasie what is he doing? He's trying to get against the wall. Maybe he misclicked. He went back to town. He literally went back to town. What is he doing in the middle of a Brutus fight?
He's shaking his head. He's wondering, like, why he's even in this race right now. He's not confident in himself. Hopefully, he can get back into prison, get a kill, and lock this down. Looks like he's putting into a 2-handed weapon. Like, I don't know what this is. This is some sort of a strange strategy, but he's going for the 2-hander.
What is going on? He's going for the 2-hander. He's going to be really slow if he chooses the leap slam later, don't you think? But look at that. Now he's got a less than half health Brutus. He's doing good work on it.
Oh, he takes the slam right to the face.
Yep. He's okay. He's got large life flask and a medium life flask. He gets a strapped leather, and he logs out before picking up the strapped leather. So maybe less chance of the alterations later on when he needs it.
And maybe he's just thinking, I don't need to buy anything. My RNG is going to hold well. I'll get all the gems to drop that I need. I don't need to purchase anything.
We had a little bit of a longer decision-making process from Blastingcap in his skill tree, but I'm sure he has something planned out. Maybe he's a little PoE builder before the race to plan that stuff out. Ooh, we have Empy dropping a little bit low to regular skeletons. I don't know. He's trying to kill every skeleton, I think, to get himself some juicy levels before Brutus. Maybe he's not very confident. Maybe he's level 6, maybe level 5. I'm not sure. I haven't checked his level recently.
Well, it looks like right now he's only level 7, which is kind of surprising because, as you said, he has been taking his time killing everything. He does assign 2 skill points, and he's making his way very slowly to into the boss fight. But as level 7, he can't use his support gem that he gets from Nessa at this point. So he will be, looks like on a 2-link still, but I don't think he's hooked it up to his Molten Strike just yet.
Yeah, I've always said when you buy supporter packs, you get better RNG. Now, MP isn't wearing any MTX to advertise, so maybe Chris has turned his knobs down a little bit and said, hey, look, if you want to win the race, you got to put on some MTX. You got to shell out those coins.
That's definitely true. That MTX can massively affect your how lucky you get. It looks like Moasie just assigned the talent point that will allow him to put on a chest and not be penalized for it with movement speed. Will that be enough for him to catch up to Engineering Eternity? We don't know. But right now,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, he's using a 2-handed weapon, so that's very unorthodox. Very unorthodox.
Ooh, look at that. With the chest, you can see that these people have prepared their MTXs. Moasie with the Prophecy set with the Gloom Wings, and of course, Engineering with his Cenarius, and he's got the Demon Wing. He's going full Illidan, and he's almost to Merveil.
He's almost definitely to Merveil. He's fighting his way through this like freezing shrine, and this might help him out. Kill further packs in this zone. He's messing around a lot with his skill bar. He's trying out Leap Slam. It doesn't seem to be going very fast right now. Probably be sticking to his Quicksilver, or at least he should. And he's like taking his time here with the yellow pack, and it looks like he wants to tango with it.
Definitely. And I mean, look at Empyrian. He's doing a little bit of shopping. He does the recipe. He has done the recipe, and now his axe is pretty burly. Look at that. So not a complete racing noob from MP. He knows the basic strats. Let's see if slow and steady wins the race, like that old story that my mother Ling Ling used to tell me called The Tortoise and the Hare.
Yeah, definitely. Although he does have that 1 death confirmed already, so if he really does want to catch up, he's got to hope that this MTX RNG turns the other way and people start dropping like
look
flies.
At this Brutus kill. Look at this Brutus kill. A lot of damage. He's got Brutus down to half health. He avoids the cages, avoids the slams. Wow, that is a lot of damage from just Cleave. Amazing.
A lot of damage to Cleave. He's not using the Molten Strike. He doesn't even have Molten Strike on his bar right now. And looks like the Totem's probably doing a lot of work. So that White Knight Totem coming in once again and doing a lot of work in this particular case. He does get a Jade Amulet, which might fix any dexterity issues he has coming up in the future, which will be a really good thing for him.
And you can see with the slow attack speed with the 2-hander, Moasie is getting stunned quite a bit. That loses seconds. Sometimes you lose your attack. It puts you in a lot of danger. Engineering Eternity has tested out Leap Slam a bit. You can tell that he's not. Look at that Leap Slam. It is so slow. It's like that cinematic where the guy's flying at dominoes, slow motion. He really needs a faster attacks.
It looks like he's playing DBZ or something right there, and he's just floating in the air, waiting for his chance to strike. But I'd probably be sticking with my Quicksilver at this point. He's just moving way too slow with that.
Yeah, it is. It is lagging so hard there. And then now we have Blastingcap. He's also getting close to Merveil, but he was
Looks
taking
like
a lot of damage
EngineringEternity is
earlier.
taking on an Essence right now, though.
Ooh, which
Quick
essence do you
development.
think would be most beneficial to these players? Maybe the physical one?
Yeah,
So
I think that's
can get a
contempt.
rare
This
axe?
one's greed. This one's greed, so that'd be a nice
Ooh.
life piece. So you can slap
That
that
is
on a belt
juicy.
or a ring, and you'll get to use that pretty much for the remainder of the race. And looks like he's having a hard time. It's right next to a shrine as well, so all those monsters are coming over to say hello as well. And he levels up, saving his butt.
Yep, and he's on a crit shrine. He is going to be shattering all these enemies if he has any cold damage on there. But man, that is such a lucky shrine for him to get. He's going to be able to make his way past, and he's going to be getting some valuable XPs.
Yeah, definitely. And if he can get that to the boss, which he should be trying to do right now, it looks like he's stopping on a Harbinger pack. But that will definitely be a very good thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited to see how he does against Merveil. Look at all that loot that just dropped. Jesus. He's getting all the RNG today. And now we have Moasie with a two-hand action. He's using a little Molten Strike against the rare. The rare has blocked him on the stairs, so he is forced to kill it instead of run past it. Oh my goodness. It looks like all the good luck has been funneled into engineering.
Yeah, it looks like if he only had Leap Slam on currently, but that would probably be really, really slow.
Now we have engineering on full screen, and what's going to be happening is he has a Merveil kill. Now I'm not too worried. He's got a totem. He's got the Leap Slam. You know, he can close the distance very fast. That Molten Strike doing so much damage. Already a half health Merveil. He eats half the damage from the fishy spears, and he goes around and he's going to start Molten Striking again. He's taking no damage from that Whispering Ice action or the spears? Do you think he has some kind of cold resist?
He definitely has Sapphire Rings, 26 cold res. He's just eating up all those fish spears like they're sushi. He's putting them away. No big deal.
Man, now he's on second phase, doing a lot of damage. Energy shield, my goodness, look at this damage. He is the opposite of Xeno Genius. My Blastingcap stream just went offline. Whoa, Blastingcap is in the processes. Oh my goodness, his game crashed. That depending on where he was and if he has waypoints, that is going to be a brutal setback to him.
Definitely, that is a very unfortunate setback for him. And was that a complete stream death? Did he just lose internet altogether? That would be
no. He's back on. He's back on. We saw his desktop, so he is back on for sure. We have Engineer easy kill. He's picking up items, taking his time, leisurely about to go kill some monkeys. We have Engineering Eternity. He's in the spooky ghost realm right now. He's on his way to Merveil. Let's see how he does and how fast he can go. Luckily he's opening all the chests along the way. Maybe he can get some Moasie boots to close in the gap.
And do you think there's any possibility that when Blasting actually crashed, he was actually flipping on some map hacks so that he could see what was going on?
You know, as someone who has crashed their game many times in the previous race, it is the worst feeling, you know. And it looks here, I wonder if that crash did lose him some seconds. It looks like he's a little bit behind. It doesn't look like he was where he used to be in this zone.
Yeah, it looks like if he gets any juicy trades in this race offered to him, he's probably not going to be able to take them if he wants to continue to stay in the race.
Yeah, and look at Engineering, the only person active right now. He is booty blasting these monkeys. Look at this. Oh, not anymore, but he's getting some good XP since he just leveled. And he's saying, King Kong ain't got nothing on me as he heads to Act 2, using a Leap Slam, then realizing that it is slower than molasses and sticking to running.
Yeah, it looks like he was Leaf Slamming even though his Quicksilver Flask completely full. Maybe he's just saving it. He wants to bring it to town to show off to everybody, but he's selling a lot of stuff right now. We'll see what he does. He is selling a Rare Claw, which might be kind of questionable here.
We have a kill coming out from Moasie. He's doing a lot of damage. It's reminiscing of a Engineering Eternity Merveil kill. Look at that. She goes down. Let's see what kind of gear he gets. He's got a chain belt and a helm. That's right. He can't pick it up. Inventory management, again, being an issue.
He's spending a lot of time right now just really thinking about, like, what do I want to take to town? What do I want to sell? What will fetch a good price? Yeah, I think he should just be spam clicking here, picking up whatever he can and moving on to the next zone. He's way behind. Thankfully, though, with the two-hander, he knows that he should not be leap slamming at this time. Although it looks like he's not using an SSD. He's taking forever. He might have Path of Exile has crashed. Big setback.
God. Dang, that is the worst. So now we have two crashes in the race. One from Blastingcap, one from Moasie. Now all we need is Engineering and MP to alt F4 out of their game to make this a little bit more even. Oh God, add insult to injury. This is really, really bad. But it's okay. Look at his face. He has a positive mental attitude. I think the only thing that will get his mental state to the previous levels is Le Toucan showing up in everyone's chat. I think that'll really provide a boost to morale right now.
Toucan does arrive. That will definitely boost the PMA. Although I think Tim Hortons is happy to carry his positive mental attitude through this race right now. He doesn't seem phased. And as long as that coffee keeps flowing, he is going to keep flowing right through these zones. Although he's taking a long time to vendor his stuff, he may be a little shook.
Yeah. So it's Tim Hortons. It's not Horton Hears a Who. What was Horton Hears a Who then?
Or a book.
Oh. Okay, I've been corrected. Tim Hortons, he's drinking his Tim Hortons. He's still caffeinated. He's still ready to go.
That's very true. It looks like Empyrian and Blastingcap are both working their way towards Merveil. Empyrian looks like he's actually past Blastingcap at this point. That little disconnection definitely costing Blastingcap some ground here. And it looks like Empyrian should be coming up to...
Here we go. He's got the totem down. He's swiping away. He's using cleave. Now, he does have a Molten Strike, it looks like, but he's not using that. He's going with what he knows best, and he's doing really good damage to phase 1. If Merveil doesn't teleport that much, he should have an easy kill and into phase 2.
Yeah, it looks like he is he's got added fire on his Ancestral Protector, so he's not really interested in doing the damage himself. It looks like he's going to be getting somebody else to do the work for him, but he's not really using the totem as I would expect him to, if like with this totem being linked up. And he's doing a little bit of IDing, swishing some gear around. Merveil's back to
we have double Merveil on the screen right now. It's Empy versus Blasting, the Dreadlock God versus the no cam standard player. And now we have them both on phase 2. Neither of them taking any damage, but I mean, they have the flasks to weather any kind of damage. Ooh, we have Blastingcap dropping to like 30%, 20%, but I don't think he's in danger of dying. He still has 2 flash charges used. And Empy has just killed Merveil before Blastingcap. Empy has only been playing this game for like 2 weeks. My goodness, and he's off to kill some monkeys.
And he's picked up a lot of good magical items there. He did not spend a lot of time like we saw some other players doing before, managing their inventory, trying to figure out what was going to get them the best deal in the open market. We do have a Wood Splitter showing up for Blastingcap now that he's killed Merveil. You know, if that's good, maybe he'll end up going two-hander as well. Maybe he's like peeking at the other streams, seeing Moasie with the two-hander, and going to be changing his strategy. What do you think, CuteDog?
You know, I know for a fact, okay, I might be metagaming a little bit, but I know for a fact that Empyrian Gaming does not have Twitch chat activated because it triggers him. And what happened is, if you saw him racing or practice racing the last couple of days, he was completely miserable because of chat. So he is getting no information, which is so important. And then we have the other players. I know for a fact that they are dirty cheaters, and they all have their chats open feeding them advice. Just kidding, they're not cheaters, but it is questionable.
I mean, I have seen some other players right now using other people in the same room, giving them advice, helping them out with the maps. Do you think that is a little bit more fair to have somebody else kind of like watching the same screen, using that same type of information that you have, and engineering just blowing things away with Sunder right now? I don't see Sunder coming out from anybody else.
You know, I think that it should be standardized. I think that in these races, you should have to turn off your Twitch chat, because some of the advice and some of the little info, like, hey, this person is here and this other person is right here, is so helpful to both your mindset and to maybe your strategy. So that's a big deal. Now, right now, engineering is so far ahead. Look at him. He's on his way to kill did he already kill the lightning tendril lady? I don't know, but I think he's making his way there.
He first stopped off to do the labyrinth, and he did complete the trial, but he is currently the only player I see. Oh no, Moasie just got Sunder. I wonder if he realizes that he couldn't use his sword with Sunder.
Yeah, I mean, he's smiling. Look at him. He's like, lol, I knew that. I was just playing it up for the views. And he goes back and look at him. He is sundering away. None of these players have Gore Sunder, though, which, as you know, adds a chance to bleed for every mob hit. Very, very powerful MTX. And it only costs, I believe, 90 points in the MTX shop.
It also increases the area of the Sunder by about 5%. So
it is pretty nasty. Now, this stream isn't this race is not sponsored by Gee and the MTX shop yet, but that's a big thing to know, guys.
I just got in here that Moasie might have sold his Leap Slam gem, really setting him back. He might have to go back and get that. And he's only single wielding. He doesn't even have a weapon in his offhand. He's just using a single stick.
What do you think about that? I mean, he's losing that bonus attack speed, but maybe he's forgotten, or do you think he's not taking the extra seconds to fix that?
I don't think he's taking the extra seconds to fix that. He's using an absolutely bad weapon. He's using a scepter. That's not something that you want to be using. He's going into the shop looking for an upgrade, thinking about it, selling some stuff, We'll see if he's able to pull out an actual weapon so that he can actually get some kills in here. But he is selling swords. If you don't know, if you can use Sunder with a offhand weapon that doesn't use Sunder, like a sword, because Sunder only uses your main hand. So you can use a sword,
high IQ move
or something like that, and that would really help, fix his gear, because right now it's totally fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, the IQ on these players is staggering. And I've always said, if you ever die in these races, you gain 50 IQ. Empy is the only one currently that has a death, so he has gained 50 IQ. And with deaths come infinite knowledge. And let's see if that helps him out in the future. Now, we see Moasie very, very fast with that Quicksilver Flats. Blastingcap's Leap Slam is respectable as well. We have Engineering. He's going towards the lab. Okay, so this is Engineering strategy. He wants to complete the labyrinth trials as they come up so that later on he doesn't have anything to worry about. Do you think that's a good strategy, or do you think you should level up and be powerful when you come back to the lab trials?
So I think the lab trials are actually relatively easy, especially these first ones. But Empyrian's actually going for a really questionable strategy, getting really low right now. Looks like he's going after Caitlyn, and I'm not really sure why you do this. Normally, you want to wait to deal with any of the bandits until you're a little bit higher leveled up, and he's still not using Sunder. He's clearing his way to victory. He's saying, this is a no Sunder race. I'm going to show you guys how it's done. And maybe he's looking to go into the pro scene. What do you think about that?
I mean, he almost ate a death from an ebony rain of arrows, by the way. Very beautiful MTX. And also he's still using cleave. He's killing a little bit too many mobs.
Yep, I see Empyrian dead. That is 2 deaths now for Empyrian.
Oh, yeah, I just saw it there. And it looked like he was so far away. Now look at he laughs. He goes, desync. Fix the desync. Fix the lag. Your game is garbage, even on predictive or lockstep mode, my friends. But look at that. He goes right back to it, and now he's going the other way. He does not want to go to the broken bridge anymore. He elects to go the other way. I'm going to go past that traumatic experience. I'm going to go to the west.
Yeah, I can only hope, though, that he does remember that he did not finish the broken bridge and hasn't broken his mind, because he will need to go back there and finally face Caitlyn. But do you think that will affect his PMA in some way?
Nah, I mean, if you look at his face, he doesn't have chat with spamming the lulz. Now, if chat spams too many lulz, it does get to you as a streamer sometimes. But he has his chat closed, and he's using Sunder now. Look at that. He is killing a lot of mobs. So now this is picking up for him. He's gonna be totally fine. Let's just hope that he remembers to kill that final bandit lord, and he remembers to pick up the apex. Now that's how you know when someone is tilted, when they forget the apex, they get to the Vol ruins and the pyramid apex, and they go, wait a minute, what quest is this?
Yeah, you definitely get to that door and you try to click it and this will not open. Keep clicking it, doesn't work. And yeah, that can really set you back in terms of time. But thankfully, there'll be a waypoint. Looks like Engineering is doing the labyrinth trial right now.
Oh, spinny traps too. He's expert.
This one can be a little sketchy, but Engineering, I think, has written a guide or two on running the lab. He gets really, really low.
Yeah, but he's watched Kung Fu Panda
in there,
and he
did watch Kung Fu Panda, the first one, or
just the one where they do the spinning, the one where they do the spinning trap trials. So
okay,
he's ready to go.
He does hit the portal. He's going to be logging out. He's not going to be finishing out the rest of the zone, getting the experience. And we do have the rest of the guys. Looks like Blastingcap is working his way towards the second trial, or he's trying to find his way down to Chamber of Sins too.
And now we have Blastingcap. He just leveled. He's making his way down there. Nothing too much to be said. He's got decent leap slam speed. He has no MTX on his character. He's playing it clean.
Just like he does have a hat on, it looks like, right?
He's got some kind of helmet MTX, but maybe he's like
the prophecy set. Looks like the prophecy set hat and gloves, I believe. So he is rocking this and the boots as well. So he does have a little bit of MTX. Not enough though. Seems to be giving him an edge because as Empyrian is closing in on him.
Yeah,
Empyrian is happening for the skill point. Like, wow.
Ooh, he's going for a little bit of a boost. I don't know if this is the right move. The damage on Sunder isn't that great on the single target. Look at that. And then I don't know about this move because he also has to go back to Act 1 as well, but he's going for maybe that extra few percentages of life will help him out. And now he exits there. Ooh,
so I don't know about that. He'll invest that point into life as opposed to damage.
I don't know. We'll have to see. He hasn't assigned it. Wait, he hasn't turned it in yet, but now he's going to turn it in the moment of truth. Now, maybe Blastingcap is not wearing MTX because he says it's too flashy. It adds size to the character model, and I want to see exactly when all those traps from the Labyrinth Trials touch my character.
big wings on, and we can't necessarily see, and he just wants to know when he has a chest piece on. And if there's any MTX that really does speed you up or keep you from being slowed down, it is when you accidentally put on a chest and you don't realize that you've been walking through 3 to 4 zones with that on. And if you do put it on like big MTX wings, that will immediately alert you to any sort of changes to your chest situation.
That is a high IQ strat, my friend. Very, very high IQ. But now, what about this? Maybe they do like the MTX so much that they're willing to take the penalty to equip their favorite wings.
Yeah, that would definitely be something that I would do before the race. But we'll see what's actually going to happen with Blastingcap. Oh, it looks like he did just put a chest on, and it is the Prophecy set. He does have the lower tier breach cloak on. I'm not really sure what he's trying to signify with the lower tier breach cloak. What do you think there, CuteDog?
You know, I think the lower tier breach cloak sometimes looks a lot better than the higher tier one. The higher tier one is just too many hands, and as you know, sometimes when I go to Boys Town, too many hands is too much. You know, you just want 1 or 2. That's enough for me.
Yeah, definitely. I do think, though, that wings do make you slightly faster. So wearing cloak, you might be making a lot more noise, though, flapping around.
Now we have Empy coming up to a big point in the game right now. He's talking to a leader, and he starts a killer. And let's see what happens here. Sunder's pretty bad at the damages right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this one out without at least another No, he stays out of range with the detonate like a true pro, and he's taking her down, taking her to Pound Town.
For him, he does pick up a second Jade Amulet, but why he's doing that?
You know, right now he's just the conductor of the Pound Town Express. He's going choo choo, and now remember he still has to do Creighton, right? Because he didn't get it. He exited out of that zone before he got to it. And now we have DonTheCrown said that his headset died. No worries, he's going to switch that out. I will commentate solo for a little bit. We have EngineringEternity making his way through the monkey zones. Look at that juicy Sunder. It is nice. He's got the Herald of Ash, it looks like. Onslaught is almost always up on his character, so he has the attack speed, he has the move speed, and he has a cast speed maybe. Does he have a decoy totem or maybe a ancestral totem, something like that? We have Moasie going through the trials. He's walking right through the spinny blades, not even close to dying. He's got decent flasks, no problem. And let's see. Oh yeah, we need Havoc to move DonTheCrown back into the channel, it seems like. And he's about to hit the plaque. No problem there. He's exiting out of there. And then we have we have a Weaver's Chamber, it looks like here.
Empyrian is very slowly leap slamming his way through the Weaver's Chamber.
It's definitely a very laggy leap slam. It's like a 500 millisecond leap slam there. Not as fast as I would like, but you know, look at him. He looks happy. He looks focused, and we might see an upset.
Yeah. One thing to note that is like right behind Empyrian's head is the Diablo 3 poster. Do you think this might come back to haunt him? That he doesn't seem to have a Path of Exile poster on the wall.
You know, he's had that backdrop for a long time. Empyrian coming over from Diablo 3, and props to him. In his first league in PoE, he got a level 100. So that's very respectful. That's definitely not something that I ever did in my first league in PoE. So hats off to him. I tip my fedora. Tip to him.
Blastingcap and Moasie have killed Fidelitas, and we do have Engineering and Empyrian both in the Weaver's Chambers here, trying to make their way towards the big spider. And I don't know. It looks like Engineering is quite a bit up on terms of level. It looks like he's level 16 right now, with Moasie only being 15, and Empyrian being 13, and Blastingcap being 14.
Something I've noticed with EngineringEternity's Sunder is that he's only really using the Sunder when he sees 2 or more mobs. So really focusing on that efficiency, not wasting too much time there.
Because he does have more experience than everybody else, and he is totally tearing through the Weaver, tearing her up.
It's Weaver time, and then Empy's gonna come up on it as well. That's a lot of. Oh, but did he get her? Did he get her before the peekaboo phase? I think she. Oh man, she went peekaboo. She goes up in the ceiling, and now she's down again. And this will definitely be a kill. I think if he just keeps casting that Sunder, another ad phase will be detrimental. Oh yeah, he's got it. He's got the spike. Easy game for him.
Empyrian's definitely at the same spot, but he is not in the same spot in terms of DPS right now.
Or speed as well. But look at that. He's got it to 40%. Are we going to get another peekaboo phase? Let's take a look. Oh, he might be able to get it. If he just keeps casting, he can get her before he... Oh, and he gets it. The Malagaro spike is now in his inventory. He's able to go back to town. Fantastic work by Empyrian. Now, is it possible he's caught up a little bit?
don't think so, because it's the lowest level right now, but it'll be really interesting to see where he goes back. I'm not sure if he's ready to take on Caitlyn, ready to take on his goons. He might be still thinking about that death.
Yeah, that might have affected him. But once again, to all the new viewers in chat, when you die in this race, you only lose 1 minute. And that's not that big a deal in these races. Now, like more than that, if it depends on something that's more important in these races is if you die to Izaro, because resetting the lab is way more hefty than dying once.
Oh, that's definitely true. It looks like EngineringEternity just did get a weapon upgrade. He's using a heavy cleaver with 43% increased physical damage. He's got Herald of Ash, but I'm not sure he has the Herald of Ash on just yet. He does have Blood Rage as an option to use as well.
Do you see these exalted orbs popping up on Empyrian screen? If I click these, I get like 10 or 20 things to use on his Streamlabs on gambling. That's pretty juicy.
Do you think that you'll be able to earn your way up to be a mod forever on this channel, or is that something that's just out of your reach?
Oh, yeah, I'm already a mod on that channel, so it doesn't apply to me. But I just noticed that it pops up even in multi-Twitch, which is very, very interesting.
I haven't been noticing those specifically. I will look out. Getting a mod forever status is something that everyone should aspire to. It looks like he is going for the Essence Monster. It is a Contempt, which will be absolutely huge for him. Might give him the edge that he needs.
Ooh, but this is a nasty, nasty mod. The blue War Chief tomes are coming up and slamming him, but he's doing a lot of damage. He's going to get it. What do you think he's going to use it on? What will be the best thing?
Definitely needs to do whatever the next tier weapon that he plans on using. And because if he uses anything earlier than that, he's probably going to be setting himself back. But he could really gain an upper hand here if he does get a really nice roll with a percentage physical.
Yep, let's take a look at the Oak kill here. He's very close to killing Oak, and yeah, that is going to be easy. He picks up Oak's amulet. Now, I'm surprised he didn't take the damage reduction. What do you think is the reasoning behind that? If I were going for Izaro, I'd probably take Oak at this point.
It takes 2 more skill points. That's going to get him up to things like Resolute Technique even quicker, or other skill points that he's looking to take. Or maybe he's thinking about helping out Caitlyn. I'm not sure that we've seen EngineringEternity help out or kill Caitlyn just yet. And it looks like he is getting a little bit lost going towards Alira, but he finally turned himself back around. And if he does help out Caitlyn, that is for the attack speed and move speed. So no matter how he decides to travel, he'll be traveling in style.
That's right. And Moasie is getting very close to the plaque in this next trial. It looks like he's watched Kung Fu Panda as well. Maybe even all of the sequels, which weren't as good as the originals. Yep, he hits it, and he is now on his way back. He kills a few more mobs, and it is pretty easy for him.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He was definitely had the massive shrine there. So he is, definitely a little disadvantage going through there, but he shows that he knows what he's doing. That might end up showing up in the actual labyrinth when he gets there. Yeah,
usually the massive shrine, a huge buff. I usually yell, I'm engorged, I'm Peter North, but in this case, in the traps, it is a little bit detrimental.
Yeah, definitely. And thankfully, he couldn't get things like Soul Eater buff here, because that would be very difficult for him to move through those traps.
Do we have maybe a Caitlyn kill coming up from Blastingcap? He's doing a little inventory management. He has some gems that he could easily level up. I don't know why he's not leveling those. Oh, there he goes. He finally gets those up, and now we will see a juicy, juicy Caitlyn kill.
Juicy kill indeed. I do see him running through. He does have the full MTX on. He is deciding to stick with a chest, even though that'll be slowing him down as a berserker, or as a marauder. And he looks like he's thinking about, he's moving a lot of gems around recently. He's putting on the Herald of Ash, and we'll see how this goes. He definitely appears to be wanting to kill Caitlyn here.
This will be fun to watch. Now he has Sunder. He's got the totem. I don't expect any funny business to be going on. Look at that Sunder killing the ads so efficiently, and then the Ancestral War Chief, or the Ancestral Totem whacking away at anything that comes close, killing some archers. Oh, it's too easy.
Too easy. He's just face tanking everything at this point. Sunder might just be a little too strong for this game.
These Sunder races, though, but one good thing is it really comes down to the wire. You get like 120, 130 kills if you're truly skilled. And I like those really fast races. Nobody wants to watch a 3-hour, lightning trap Izaro kill. Nobody wants to watch a 3-hour fire trap Izaro kill. So it definitely lends itself to being a spectator sport.
Oh, definitely. Looks like Empyrian is going back through Chamber of Sins too. He's not really sure where this trial is. He's just taking a full tour. He's really looking through the entire place, trying to find this trial right now. And I do see Moasie is going up against the Weaver, smacking her in the corner.
Here we go. And one quick note, Engineering has just hit the Shadow Ball, and he's on his way to Northern Forest, leaping up those stairs. And wow, Moasie doing a lot of damage. Are we going to get a peekaboo face that adds a little bit of time? He needs to keep DPSing if he's going to get past that face. No, it goes up into the peekaboo and it goes into the ceiling, and now he has to wait for ads.
Yeah, one thing people don't realize sometimes is that if you just stand up there in that little cranny or nook or whatever, and you won't see any additional ads coming at you. But maybe he decided he wants to get a little bit of a flask refill. It looks like he's taking down the Weaver, no problem.
There we go. He logs out. He's back in, and then we have
top left. We have Blastingcap going up against Oak right now. He is absolutely crushing him. He's saying, "This is my town, and you got to get the fuck out."
Yep, look at that nice flask management. You know, he knows exactly when he needs to use it. All of these players have the biggest flask for their level, it looks like, so no worries of being under flask. And now Oak goes down. Ooh, Immortal Call saving him a little bit from the Sunders. That's a little spooky, but now he gets the amulet, and he's well on his way.
Looks like you got a couple of yellow items here, but he just has way too much stuff in his inventory and can't pick up any of them. He's deciding to go right past yellow shoes, which could potentially be an upgrade from his
big
movement speed boots.
Mystical. And his inventory is truly ugly. The one thing I don't like is when I look at these racers' inventories, it's so ugly. You remember those I Spy books when you were little? It's kind of like that.
Looks like he might be going back for those boots. He thinks about it, and he just keeps walking away.
So that's definitely a big mistake. And what's the highest percentage movement speed you can get at this time? Is it 15%?
I believe if these guys are above level 15, the item level would be 15 move speed. It's kind of a little bit intuitive. I believe at item level 15, you can get 15 move speed. Then item level 20, you can get 20 move speed.
Ooh, 20% move speed. That sounds like the dream.
Looks like Empyrian is making his way through the spot that he died previously.
Two times. He is going at it. Let's hope that he doesn't die and then go back into the Western Forest.
Hopefully he can keep a strong jawline here as he's creeping his way towards Caitlin. And that would definitely be very important for him not to die again, because he couple of penalties already compared to all of the other racers. I do see that Moasie is taking on Caitlin already. He's showing Empyrian how it's done. And hopefully Empyrian can get a nice clean kill.
Yeah, Moasie taking down Caitlin very easily, but it wasn't the best DPS that I've seen. And now let's go to Empyrian. Look at that kill. He's cleaning up mobs with the Sunder, doing some decent damage. Oh, look at that. The Caitlin is already at 30% HP, it looks like. No, 10% HP now. So
he's really low. He definitely does have the focus face, though, during this kill. He is not smiling, but after the Caitlin goes down, he is breaking out that big smile and logging out, taking his time, clicking on his character as opposed to hitting enter. Really thinks that he might have this in the bag. Do you think that maybe he should have left his chat open so that his chat could harass him, but also let him know that, hey, you're getting to catch up?
I don't think that's a good idea. Chat is extremely triggering for Empty. All the way through, he had an NMA, a negative mental attitude on each practice run. He hated it. So having chat up for most people is good because of the information. For Empty, it is very bad for his mental state. I would not get that chat open.
Okay, well, maybe he can hire someone to come sit in his apartment for him and just let him know a couple of updates. That may be something he might want to look into in the future as he works maybe with Havoc or some other sort of trainer to help improve his times. Looks like Blastingcap finally putting on Herald of Ash, and we do have Moasie killing Alira.
And as I can see, none of these players have put MTX on their Herald of Ash. I would like to see some more bad manners in this race. It is already spread out enough. I think, we have Ancient Pyramid. EngineringEternity has just entered. Look at this. He is so far ahead.
And he's level 19. Everybody else looks like on the race right now is 16, which means Empyrian has made up a ton of time. As you remember, he was only level 13 when the other two guys were 14 and 15 respectively. Looks like Moasie's back in Act 1 for some reason. Not really sure why I missed that.
Oh, man. He's a time traveler. He's going back there. And we have a Oak kill from Empy right now doing a good amount of damage. Let's hope for not that many immortal calls, because then that'll slow him down considerably, and he really needs to make up some time here.
It looks like he really is, though, making up a lot of time. Blastingcap and Moasie both really need to catch up, really need to push forward, put that pedal to the metal. And definitely very interesting that Moasie decided to ditch this two-hander build. He's definitely committing to the dual wield. He's going through the dual wield nodes right now, but I do notice that he did decide to pick up a lot of life. I think he's trying to avoid getting some death penalties here.
Yeah, I mean, you do no damage when you're dead, right? And restarting that lab is the worst thing ever.
Looks like engineering makes a mistake there, clicks the stairs, goes back down, makes sure that he didn't drop any mirrors on the floor below.
I mean, if you found a mirror in this race, I don't think there's much you could do. Maybe you can mirror your juicy axe during the Katava kill or something like that, or a stat stick. But yeah, I don't see a mirror being too much of a benefit to a normal Izaro kill.
Yeah, maybe duplicating some sort of fat DPS ring would be really great. I do see Blastingcap did click the Shadow Ball, and Moasie is thinking about killing. It looks like he just helped out Oak. What do you think about that?
You know, I like the Oak in these races. I really like it. It's safe, it's reliable, and that's what you need, just like in relationships. Now, we have a Vol kill coming out from EngineringEternity. Now, this is a 54-minute Vol kill. Now, knowing Ray's QT, he has told me that an amazing Vol kill time would be somewhere around 40, right? So not the best, but still enough to be #1 at this current time. Oh, peekaboo phase from Vol. He goes underground at only 90% HP. So now Engineering has to do an ad phase. Very unlucky. The first bad RNG that we've gotten this whole race.
Yeah, that's definitely very unfortunate for him. Maybe if he gets a bunch of ad phases, we can see the other guys catching up here.
Yeah,
he's getting a lots of slams. Wow.
Yeah, he's got Vol. Oh, another peekaboo phase. Vol at 50%, but this is nice. He's got 1 full life flask, and as you can see, he is the only player with a bismuth flask right now. That is a whole lot of resist. It might be able to weather the lightning pew pew a little bit better.
Yeah, but I believe when you do get hit by the lightning, that you do get shocked, which would add quite a bit of damage coming in on him. But it looks like he's not having too much of an issue. Vol Oversoul's running away from him, trying to drop the ceiling. Engineering cleans it up.
That is a nice kill. Let's see if he logs out. Yep, he knows the pro strats. He is educated, very resourceful. He's going to go to the City of Sar now. And now I like how we have 3 players kind of in the same zone, right? I don't like the huge gaps. And we have Moasie. You know, his attack speed is very, very fast. It looks juicy. We have Blasting.
Has actually gotten really far ahead in a lot of ways because now he's level 18 compared to Empyrian, who's 16, and Moasie, who's 17. That is a big difference. They were all at the same level. They were all 16, and then he just kind of pushed ahead. He might have heard some footsteps coming up behind him and decided, you know what, I can't get caught by these guys. I got to get the experience. I got to get these kills in. He's killing some yellow mobs with his Sunder, doing a lot of damage. And I'm thinking maybe that cloak is actually helping him out because nobody else is wearing cloaks right now.
I mean, with someone so far ahead, I have to question. Look how fast he killed that guard and is talking to Clarissa. I have to question for future races. We need to define the word amateur when we make these races. You know, it seems like there's a lot of Smurfs entering here. There's a huge cash prize at the end of these races, $1 million as of current. And, you know, I don't think it's fair to have people who are extremely skilled and practice in racing join and completely dumpster people. And also we have a huge development. Havoc has just let me know that a player in a person in Twitch chat by the name of NeilSJ205 is confirming that Empy has his Twitch chat open because he just got banned in Empy's chat for backseat gaming and for a negative mental attitude. He got banned for a very tiny non-glowy brain. Oh boy. So confirmed Empy does have the chat open, my friends. He is getting the information. He is getting the knowledge.
Maybe he's also getting some little toucans arriving in his channel right now to help him out with that PMA. Maybe that's why he's keeping a big smile every time he looks over to the side. And I did see Empyrian just take a big slug of something. We're not sure if that's water. We have not yet confirmed if he is cracking open a cold one.
With the boys.
That's definitely would be an interesting development. We don't necessarily know what Engineering is drinking. If we get some sort of confirmation, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Lake Shukan is kind of like steroids for Twitch chat. You know, it really gets you going. It's sometimes unfair, you know, blocks out all the other chat, blocks out all the backseat gaming, blocks out all the negativity. Now, in the top here, we see it looks like Blastingcap is going for a trial right now. He's going to the Fell Shrine and the Crypt, I believe. And we have Northern Forest Moasie running past most of the mobs, electing not to use the Sunder on multiple packs of mobs. Do you think maybe he feels that he already has the necessary XPs?
As a possibility. I do see that he's coming up against a Essence right now. He's clearing out around it. He's getting this battlefield ready to go. He doesn't drop down a totem, it looks like. And he is slightly kiting away from this Essence mob, but he's taking it down pretty quickly. I'm not sure if Blastingcap's going to be at a disadvantage doing this trial since the lights are off right now, since he has released the Vol Oversoul. But I do see Empyrian looking to maybe do with this Essence of Fear right now.
Ooh, we have Empyrian going for the Essence of Fear, and I don't know if he's gonna click it. Maybe, he does click it. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage coming out on him if he gets hit. But luckily, his totems is absorbing a lot of damage. Ooh, that Sunder damage. Now, I've never played Sunder, but that is making me rethink my leveling strategies. That is a fat skill.
I'm just noticing now that Moasie does have a second Quicksilver. This might help him out if he chooses not to Leap Slam. We know that earlier that when Izaro was doing this race and he did win, that he chose to throw his Quicksilver on the ground to help speed him up and sacrifice it to the Leap Slam gods. And I'm not necessarily sure if that's going to be a good strategy here for him as he's using two. And I do notice that Blastingcap is the only person who has used any sort of currency on his, and he has 60% increased block and stun recovery.
Ooh, that is nice. That is nice. The double Quicksilver is, I believe, a bit of an advantage since it's still, I would say, early in the race. And, you know, he's going skiing. He's doing 2 at a time, which is really nice. Always gaining those efficient flash charges. Now, we see Engineering running right through the fire. You know, he's leap slamming over it. He has gotten another trial.
Oh, yes, definitely. And now he's just got to find Piety. Hopefully, he can find this very quickly. He has definitely gotten way out ahead of the rest of the pack. And I totally do agree that we might have to bump him up to the semi-pros after this race.
Yeah, It is a little bit of embarrassment right now that he is taking all these people to Clown Town. But look at this speed and this efficiency. It is ridiculous. Look at his smile.
Some scrolls.
Do you think he's listening to the commentary right now? He knows that he's a Smurf. Ridiculous.
Engineering might be listening to commentary. If you could please put a shoe on your head, that would be great. And looks like he is coming up. He found Piety with no problems. He's switching his chest around, making sure that he impresses her with his equipment.
I mean, let's take a look at this Piety kill. It's going down very fast, and I think she like teleports out at probably around like half health. She teleports out really fast, so I don't think that this will be an issue. That lightning orb did no damage to him. He's got the Xeno 40,000 armor going on. He's like, wow, I'm tanky.
And he grabs the bracelet, it logs right out. And I wonder if he'll take this opportunity while he's in town, while he hasn't put his Herald of Ash back on, to add some MTX to it. Is that something that he's thinking about? Do you think?
I mean, adding the MTX, oof. My goodness, that's a lot of money. Now, one thing I will notice that the chat has probably not had a glowy brain enough to find out is that as you notice EngineringEternity's face cam, he has added sleeves to the regular tank tops that he wears. He has been able to afford sleeves for his outfit today, and maybe that's warming up his arms, giving me a little bit of clicking accuracy for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's nothing worse than having cold arms as you're trying to click on wisdom scrolls on the ground. And it looks like he's doing a little bit of window shopping, trying to figure out. He might know that he's way ahead, and he's thinking about finding some good weapons. And it looks like he's slowly walking. I don't see any MTX coming in from him, so he's probably just going to be sticking with the regular Herald of Ash. And I think that's a big mistake.
I mean, he's probably right now thinking, let me just get the trials out of the way. He's been really good about doing trials as they come up. So now I believe he only needs Catacombs, and then he should be good to go. Oh, and then Hedge Maze. He has to do the Hedge Mage, of course.
Yeah, Hedge Mage can be a little sketchy. Definitely has sniped a few players in the past. Looks like Moasie is up in the pyramid, and he's doing really well. And he's sundering lots of mobs, and maybe he can catch up here. Maybe Engineering will get lost a little bit. He's in the sewers. Maybe he'll take his time looking for all the busts. I'm not sure if he's going to do that, though.
I like how we have both Empy and Blastingcap in the same zone now. Look at that. We see the waypoints coming out for both of them pretty recently, and this is going to be the fight to watch. Empyrian Gaming versus Blastingcap. Once again, from before, Empy was pushing 2 hours on his practice runs. Blastingcap with not a lot of practice and possibly doing a drunk stream, pushing about 145 on his practice run. So not that big of a difference.
Do you think maybe Empyrian was sandbagging, was not trying his hardest? Maybe he was using like Flame Trap the entire time.
Ooh, you know, sometimes if I was a new racer, I might say that I wasn't trying just to avoid the embarrassment, but I don't think so. I think Empy just he knows that this isn't his forte. He loves clearing maps really fast, but he's doing it for the community. He knows that he provides entertainment. He's very fun to watch. He's a great guy.
You can definitely see him breaking out that big smile. And Engineering Eternity on the duelist tree did decide to go with the life as opposed to the all res nodes, which might help him out. But he does need to remember that the conduit phase is the second phase of Izaro, which means that if he doesn't do it correctly, that he might have to deal with lots of elemental damage coming in on his face.
I don't have PoE Lab open, but I'm sure that these guys do. I'm sure they've prepared for that. Maybe the bandit choices were in preparation for that as well. But Engineering Eternity, when I first talked to him, his first trial run at 155, he died twice to Izaro. So maybe those bad memories are making him pick up a little bit more defenses, and he's going to play a little bit more cautiously.
Yeah, definitely dying to Izaro can crush your dreams, and picking up a little bit more life might help him just survive that wind slash, because today is also a day where he can use that wind slash like Riven, finishing you off and killing those hopes and dreams.
Ooh, nice references there. Now we have, it looks like actually the three people besides Engineering are all in the same zone. What is this? Are we gonna get a triple vault side by side? Moasie and Blastingcap are literally exactly at the same spot. Look at this. This is incredible. I did not expect to see this. They both touched the pyramid apex at the same time, and we were gonna see who has the deeps, who has the RNG with the peekaboo phases, and who has the positioning to take down Vol the fastest. Who is your money on, my friend?
I think I'm going to have to put my money here on Blastingcap. I did notice that Moasie is traveling up to the Ranger on his skill tree, so maybe some questionable decisions here. We'll see how this goes.
My goodness, so the damage is coming out.
Ooh,
both get the peekaboo phase. Right, yeah, they both get an ad phase. Very unlucky for both, but neither has the advantage. Vol has come up for Blastingcap. Dodges the slam like a pro, and no slams coming out. Oh, and then also Moasie, the slam
completely out of
on
mana.
His totem.
He's completely out of mana. He's using some auto swings on these ads that just came out. Maybe it would be smart for him to hit a portal scroll, fill up his flasks, and come back when he's ready to fight. Because really, that's what's pulling Blastingcap ahead, being able to use his skills the entire time. He's also using a decoy totem.
Yeah.
Questionable
decoy on Moasie
choice.
And damages totem on Blastingcap. So that is a big source of damage. I've heard that if you get a 4-link Warchief totem, that can carry you throughout the entire race.
And you can definitely tell that being completely dry on mana is something that is really hurting Moasie here. He was like on my stream a little bit ahead, and he's choosing not to go to town, playing it Iron Man mode, and not really filling up these flasks and just auto swinging, even stabbing with a sword. I mean, this is not normally what you see of a Sunder race.
I mean, at least the lightning is hitting that decoy totem. I saw him get hit by the lightning once a little bit before, and it did a lot of damage. So that decoy totem saving him a little bit there. It's just a shame that the damage is not as great as it could be, but he's got him down to 50% health, another peekaboo phase, and now Empyrian. Can we get a side-by-side with Empyrian and Moasie? This is going to be nice. What if
Empyrian going very low?
Ooh. What if Empyrian beats Moasie to the City of Sun? That could be nice. Empyrian's damage is not Empyrian damage is not too shabby.
Yeah, he's got looks like a axe, but looks like the Moasie being completely out of mana is really hurting here more than you think. It's just a quick portal scroll, dude. Hit it and get back in there. But looks like, you know, Empyrian's experiencing some of the same issues. Really low right now. Gets hit by lightning, and we might see a rip. Another Empyrian rip.
And now let's see. Ooh, I hope we don't. He already has 2 deaths. Another one wouldn't be like too big a deal, but you definitely want for morale. Oh, he's eating the lightnings. What is going on here? He is eating so many lightnings.
Oh my god. That was bad.
Jeez, eating them to the face, but he's not dead, and that is all that matters. Maybe he did the math. He like I said, from the 2 deaths before, that's 100 IQ that he gained from those deaths. He has infinite knowledge, almost eats the slam, and he knew exactly how much the lightning was going to do to his health.
Dead and Doom do this earlier. You know, he's really good at being just outside the AoE, but he's almost come up to Moasie. Moasie just killing, logging out immediately, shaking his head, thinking, oh my gosh, that took so long. And Empyrian drops down, goes right to the door and says, you know, I can wait for this.
Oh, he's not going for the log out teleport to the City of Sarn. It's totally fine. I mean, right now he's doing some inventory management. The door still has not opened. It has been at least 10 seconds for that door. It is a long time. Oh, chop. We got to keep going here. And finally, like the door opens.
He's fine catching up, and yeah, he's finally out of that door. If you don't know, you can go back to town. You can log out, and you can take the waypoint for the next zone after you've killed any act boss. So he's just really just taking his time, playing it chill, and he's not worried at all. Maybe little Toucan has been a little too distracting for him.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know, I think right now it's okay, because no matter what has happened in the past, we have 3 players that are in the same zone. Look at this. The first zone, they're all going in, and we have Empy. He's making his way to Clarissa. Hopefully he remembers to talk to Clarissa, and Moasie as well.
It looks like Blastingcap is actually looking for the crematorium right now.
Ooh,
He's slamming around, so he is definitely pulled ahead here. Very clean, and he is level 20, but so is Moasie, and he is trying to help out Clarissa. Maybe she can explain how to race to him, and we do have EngineringEternity way ahead in the battlefield. Looks like he's looking for the waypoint.
And let's see. Ooh, he's already in the battlefront. That is pretty juicy. He's gonna get the waypoint. He's gonna get that spool, and then do you think he's gonna head directly to the docks?
He'll probably head up into the Solaris Temple, but we'll see exactly what he's going to do. Looks like he's hopping down now for the ribbon spool. Empyrian's hitting town. Moasie's in town. Maybe they'll take the time to put on some MTX. Moasie opting to log out there, and it doesn't really seem to save him a lot of time at this point, because he still has to run out the top right. He's talking to Hargan, maybe going to purchase a better weapon, maybe a 2-hander.
Yeah, maybe some links. What, can they sell 4 links at this point, or no? Is that a little higher in the level 20s?
I think that is a little bit higher. I can't confirm off the top of my head, but I don't believe that you can get a 4-link at this particular time. Maybe he's just doing a little shopping, thinking that he's ahead, not realizing that EngineringEternity is so far ahead at this point. Yet confirmed minimum item level for a 4 socket would be level 25, and so I don't believe the vendor can sell that.
We do have Engineering doing some XP runs in the docks. He's going for that next quest item. Let's see if Stays here a little bit. He's very close to leveling. Oh, he gets the waypoint wrong way, but at least he gets it so that in case he DCs, he can just waypoint back. You know, the docks is always a very interesting zone. From earlier, I think there's no way to really give a tell as to where the talk is, right? You can't really tell. You just have to guess, and you hope that the area that you're going to does not have a dead end or a waypoint.
I'm sure if anybody would know, though, it would be EngineringEternity, as he's made a bunch of videos about these sorts of things. And maybe he's figured out something that people don't know. He's been holding it back this entire time. He might release a video, maybe some sort of statement after the race, letting people know that he has completely mapped the docks and knows exactly what's going on. We have to, know if he knows all this sort of insider information.
I mean, we have some chat interaction going on. People are saying that this is Sir Smurfington round 2. Oh my God. If you remember from the last event, what he did is he completely dominated the competition by saying that he was an amateur player, but when really he had practice and help from the so-called pro players.
Well, yeah, I heard that he was talking with Gucci Prada the entire time, getting coached through, getting reviews of his play, and definitely not amateur material right there. Engineering logs out immediately with the talc, and looks like he's going to be heading straight towards Solaris after this. Not going to pick up any more XP. Says, I got enough, and he's moving on forward. He's almost down into the complete dual-wield nodes in the passive tree, and that will help him go a lot faster.
Definitely.